Hi, I'm glad you're here. I hope you are having a great day or you had a great day. So, today I just wanted to talk a little bit more about Nam-myoho-renge-kyo. So, this mantra is associated with, and my apologies, I'm going to mispronounce their name, the Nichiren Buddhism sect of Buddhism. It's basically an homage to the Lotus Sutra in Buddhism. There's some weirdness associated with that group. I'm not really familiar with it. I just know that there is some weirdness there. So I originally started chanting this mantra, my God, 10 or 11 years ago. I'm not really sure how I found it. I stuck with chanting it because I liked the way it sounded and I liked the pronunciation of the mantra. And then I read the Lotus Sutra and how it's associated with clearing your mind, the mantra itself. And so I just stuck with it because it does seem to help me when I'm overthinking things, when I'm zoning out, especially when I can't seem to stick with any one task or I'm just kind of flitting all over the place and I can't really ground. It seems to really help me anchor in a more solid way without getting lost in thoughts. They can flow a little bit easier, but I'm not getting stuck in them. So that was why I stuck with it, kept chanting it. And then some of the things that I notice for me when I do chant the mantra is there's a feeling of more solid protection, more presence in my body. I'm less spacey, I feel less disconnected to the world around me. So that's what the mantra helps me do. I know that there are some questions on what it's supposed to do, and when I was looking it up originally, I couldn't really find a whole lot on exactly. It always just led me back to the Lotus Sutra, and I recommend reading the Lotus Sutra. It's pretty, it's got some interesting takes, but it's like anything else. It's, apply what resonates with you and let go of what doesn't. So I just kind of wanted to share some of my experiences with it versus going more into the history. I feel like there's a lot of that information out there, and I don't want to really add to that because I don't feel like I'm going to add anything new. So I more just wanted to share kind of how the mantra helps me. Like I said, generally I'll put it on when I feel like I can't really anchor, I can't really stick with one task. I'm just kind of spaced out and going all over the place, and I don't really have a whole lot of grounding. It really helps me do that, but it clears my mind in a way that I'm not getting stuck in thoughts. So I don't overanalyze it. I'm not overcompensating. It just helps me fully anchor to my physical body and the moment and allow the energy to flow freely along with the thoughts so that I'm not, like I said, I'm not getting attached to the thoughts. I'm not getting, lost in my spaciness and then just going, bouncing from thing to thing, but I'm feeling really grounded in it. So that's largely how the mantra works for me. I didn't really want to do a super long video on it. Just checking my notes, making sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh, also, this is also associated with helping us to connect with our Buddha nature or universal nature, Christ nature. They all basically mean the same thing, right? It's just a different label, it's just a different way to frame it. I do notice that there's a softening. I don't know that it necessarily helps me build my compassion like other mantras I notice do. Um, but I guess that could be in perception as well. I haven't really looked for that. I was more focused on mind and grounding because those were the immediate effects or changes and shifts that I noticed. Um, but it definitely adds a softening to my heart and to just kind of my physical body. I feel less tense overall. So that may be something that you experience if you do practice with the mantra. And then just something else that I wanted to add with mantras. When I was first learning mantras and adding that into a meditative practice, what was really repeated with the teachers I was working with was that you had to maintain a 40-day practice, because in Kundalini Yoga, it's 40 days to change the habit, right? So maybe yours will be 30, whatever, from whichever branch you're coming from, yogic tradition or meditative tradition, that type of thing. Um, but they are the same thing, that it had to be done for this set amount of time for it to have any effect. And what I'm noticing is that isn't true. Now, that being said, I'm not saying that it doesn't build up more. Okay, so if you practice 3 minutes a day for 40 days, yes, that's going to have a deeper impact, because meditation is about the length, right? It's about the dedication, it's about the continued practice, it's about that continued building of relationship over time, right? So yes, that does have a bearing on it. True, yes, that does give you a better opportunity to deepen your meditative practice. That doesn't mean that that's the only way to get benefits. You can get benefits from just chanting randomly throughout your day. Maybe you're doing it on a Wednesday, because that's, I don't know, maybe you feel the most chaotic on Wednesday. So you're like, every Wednesday of every week, I chant this for 3 minutes, 11 minutes, 22 minutes, whatever you choose, right? You're still getting that benefit, and it is still over time. But something that I kind of wish I had given myself a little bit more flexibility, or I questioned it a little bit more, was, okay, is this mantra actually helping me now? I wish I had kind of looked at that a little bit deeper when I first started, but like I said, I was more panicked about the correct pronunciation than anything else. So I didn't stop to see how, all the ways that the mantra was impacting me in the moment, or during the 3 minutes or 11 minutes, whatever the practice was for the day. So I just wanted to point out that that is an aspect that that's important to keep in mind, that it isn't just the 40 days that's going to give you the benefits. Yes, again, it will deepen it. Yes, again, it will allow you more shifts, and it does build a stronger relationship to yourself, or can. But that's not the only time or place that you can get benefits. It's when you're actually chanting that you're going to get those benefits. And also, I just kind of want to shout out that any meditation that you do is inherently going to connect you to that universal self, that authentic self, the Buddha nature, the Christ nature, whatever label you prefer, right? That's why you meditate, is to connect to that part of you, because that is what you are that is your essence. Of course, from my perspective, that's of course how I see it, so that's how I'm going to share it. So I did just want to touch on that, because it's something that I feel like I wish I had questioned a little bit more and asked, okay, is it true that it's only going to benefit me for the 40 days, or what benefits am I noticing right here in the moment? So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and see you soon.